Hello and welcome to Shoot the Hostage with me, Dan, and my partner, Sarah. We're a movie podcast who talks about a different film each week based on a theme. We do swear and we do spoil the featured movie, so only ever listen if you've seen the film or you don't care too much about spoilers. If you're a regular listener, you can just skip forward until you hear the intro music because you've heard all of this before. But if you are new to the show and you do enjoy what you hear, there are a couple of things you can do to help support the show. Firstly, make sure that you're subscribed on your podcast player so you get notified when new shows drop on Mondays. You could rate us 5 stars on Spotify, which couldn't be easier. You just hit the star icon below the show's artwork. Or if you have a spare few minutes, we'd love it if you could submit a review wherever you listen. Make sure you come follow us at STH_pod on social media. We are active on Instagram, Threads and TikTok. And lastly, the biggest thing you can do to help is tell a friend about the show. So that's about it. That's enough preamble from me. Over to me and Sarah for this week's episode. Okay, so we're back for another show. We just sat down to watch Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Mm-hmm. Which has no bearing on this podcast whatsoever.
Does it not?
Does it?
Well, I thought, there's so many references in Need for Speed to Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. Oh, they must have gone straight over my head then.
Yeah, there is a direct link that you're missing there, I think. But maybe
no.
we'll unpack that in the show.
Okay.
Maybe listen right to the end to hear how we link Creature from the Black Lagoon to Need for Speed.
And we'll definitely remember to do that.
Yeah, we will. We always do that. Like, there's loads of times when we start the show and we're like, we'll talk about that later, and we never do.
Yeah, I know. I'm always like, I'll definitely put that in the notes for the show, and then inevitably that falls to you to do, and I forget to do anything.
Yeah. Well, we watched Creature from the Black Lagoon. We thought, well, what should we do now? Let's talk about Need for Speed 2014, the movie that's based on a video game.
It's the only logical next step, Dan.
Mm.
Completely different films.
Yeah, just a bit. Did you know that this is the second week in a row that we're talking about a film that was directed by someone that's responsible for an Expendables movie?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Last week, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, directed by Simon West, who directed Expendables, the best Expendables movie. This week, Scott Waugh directed Need for Speed, who directed Expendables. The worst.
Expendables.
Expendables.
Is that how you pronounce his surname?
Wow. Scott Waugh. Scott Waugh.
Waugh.
Yeah.
Waff.
Whatever. Expendables, the worst Expendables movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take your word for that because I've only seen 1 and 4, which was a mistake on my part.
Yeah, 2's fun. Like, don't. It's not. We'll watch it at some point, no doubt.
Oh, good.
Look,
great.
It's not a great movie, and it's stupid, but it's fun. And I feel like that's what a lot of those films sort of missed out on.
Yeah.
Something that I think this film has quite a lot of, actually, and is one of the reasons why it works so hard, this film, for me.
Okay.
Need for Speed. I've seen this many times, this movie, Sarah.
When you say many, how many? Many.
I like 8, maybe.
8? Yeah. That is quite a lot for this movie.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I saw it at the cinema and instant classic, loved it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You are such a car movie apologist.
You're surprised that I saw this at the cinema?
No, in hindsight, I guess not. It makes perfect sense, really.
What cinema did you see it in, Sarah?
My house.
When was that?
2 nights ago.
So a fresh movie for you then?
Yes.
It's not very often that we watch movies that we haven't seen on the main feed. And it's even rarer that I've seen a movie and you haven't, I would say. So why did you avoid this one, Sarah? Because it seems like it's right up your street. Racing.
Little racing humour for you there. I think I avoided it for all the reasons you love it, to be honest. I don't know. Look, there's a lot of stuff which I will dig into during the show, but beginning with, I don't think Aaron Paul is a particularly compelling leading man, albeit he is a very good actor, down to don't give a shit about cars. And I've never played any of the Need for Speed games.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Why would you? Okay. Do you know how many games there are?
Not a clue.
Have a guess.
16.
More?
More! Oh my God!
I know you.
That was an exaggeration.
You were going. You were probably thinking like, I don't know, like 10. So I'm gonna.
No, I was thinking like 7, maybe. How many?
25. Even more than last week, where we spoke about Tomb Raider, and I think there was 22.
This has been such an eye-opening season for me.
Yeah, me too, though. Me too.
25.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I knew it was successful because, well, I mean, I'm more of a casual gamer. But I know if something sort of pierces the zeitgeist enough for me to be familiar with it, then it must be pretty big.
Yeah, I'm similar, I would say. I'm a sort of more of a casual gamer. I had no idea that this was as successful as it was, this game franchise. I've played one of them in full, I think.
Okay.
And maybe parts of one that came out a few years ago, Need for Speed Heat, I think. But I found it a bit boring. So I just did. Like you had to drive to all of these races and stuff, like an open world situation.
You have to drive to the race.
Yeah.
You have to get to the race before you race.
Yeah, and maybe there was
God.
like a fast travel thing, or I didn't unlock it, or I was doing something wrong. But I just found it a bit boring. And the thing is with me is that if I'm going to play a racing game, I've got a wheel, so I'll jump on a sim racing game, or just any racing game where I can use the wheel. I'm less interested in using the controller for racing games.
Okay, so that's a good place to start. So that's not compatible with a sim rig then? These are more traditional driving games?
Maybe some of the new ones are, I don't know, but
okay.
Every couple of years I sort of Google it just to find out, and I can't find any that are. Wreckfest is one that I really want to be available on the wheel, but that's more like a destruction derby situation.
That sounds more up my street.
Yeah, I think Need for Speed would be more up your street than, say, a Gran Turismo.
Oh yeah, Gran Turismo doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah,
I can't drive a regular car.
Well, it's the perfect place to learn, isn't it?
I don't know about that.
You just have to look, because when you're driving on the road, it's very good to learn on a rig how to red line the car everywhere.
Where you're going 150 miles an hour everywhere.
You need to know like the last possible point you can brake, like traffic lights, for example.
Yeah.
And how quickly you can go round a roundabout and get the back out, like slide around it. That's handy to know.
I need to reduce my traveling time to Sainsbury's from 5 minutes to 4.
To 4.5.
Yeah. Super useful.
Yeah. It's Need for Speed is the second most successful racing game franchise in history. What do you reckon might be first?
Oh God, I'm the wrong person to ask. I realise I'm the only person you can ask because there's no one else here. But
could you knock on a neighbour's door?
Barbara, what do you think? Is it Gran Turismo?
No.
It's not Gran Turismo. Is Grand Theft Auto a racing game?
No. It's Grand Theft Auto.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can name another.
Mario Kart.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. That's not really in the same wheelhouse, just see what I did there, as a Need for Speed, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you're taking racing games as a whole, of course it's Mario Kart.
Do you know what my favourite racing game is?
No.
Speed Freaks on the PlayStation 1.
Okay. Not familiar?
No, nobody is.
Does it have a movie?
No.
Okay.
No, it's children. They're like toddlers driving cars.
And you drive them? Oh, the children drive the cars.
They're the ones driving. I don't think it would translate to a movie. It didn't make a very good game.
Are they Cozy Coupes?
No, sadly.
Shame.
Oh my God, that needs to be a game.
Yeah.
Are early learning centres still a thing? Honestly, when we started this podcast, I had no idea we would mention early learning centre as many times as we do.
I think we should be gunning for a sponsorship, really.
At this point, yeah.
Sponsored by Wooden Trains, Shoot the Hostage, and Cozy Coupes.
Hey, look, if a sponsorship means I finally get my hands on a Cozy Coupe, then maybe it's worth it. I'll try and tone down my language going forward.
Yeah, that's the deal. We don't want any money. We'll just take 2 Cozy Coupes off your hands.
Yeah.
1 convertible, 1 hardtop.
I think they
One
both
diesel,
need to
one
be
petrol.
convertible, otherwise we wouldn't fit in them.
We also have one each, just bowling it down to Aldi. Fill it up with sparkling water.
Oh, God.
I love it.
Yeah.
We could be playing like Limp Bizkit, keep rolling, rolling. It was like play it really loud.
Yeah.
It'd be
Natural
so
choice.
cool. We'd be the talk of the town.
Mm-hmm. But and for none of the good reasons.
No. The franchise has been running for ages. 1994, the first game came out.
Wow. Okay. For which platform?
Well, it was funny because it came out on a platform I've never heard of called 3DO.
What?
Hmm.
Who made that?
You never heard of this either?
No.
Apparently it's a Panasonic. 3Do, yeah.
3Do.
Apparently built by Panasonic. Now, I did Google this and I had a look. And it just looks kind of like a VCR. But apparently it was a console. And the first Need for Speed game came out on it in 1994. It was later ported to MS-DOS, which I have heard of, but I don't really know much about, to be honest with you. This research for this show has been particularly eye-opening, to be honest with you. It was also later ported to, of course, PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and Microsoft Windows. And then all of the sequels, I think, just came out cross-platforms. As far as I can remember, I definitely had a Xbox 360 around 2007, 2008. Maybe I had a Need for Speed game on that.
Okay.
Need for Speed Heat I played on a PlayStation, so it's definitely cross-platform at this point. But such a successful game franchise that DreamWorks acquired the film rights, I think around 2012, they wanted to quickly get a film into production. DreamWorks obviously being Mr. Spielberg's company. So he is a producer on this.
Yeah, I'm surprised they waited that long if the franchise had already been going for like nearly 2 decades at that point. That's a long time to wait.
Yeah, it is a while to wait. There's a bunch of games that they got to before, I guess, that makes me scratch my head a bit, like Alone in the Dark or whatever. I don't know how much those games are successful compared to Need for Speeds. Maybe racing games they must be popular, but they're obviously not your Grand Theft Autos or your Red Dead Redemptions. I doubt they're that level of success, but who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I suppose you're right. It probably did take a bit of a while, but I'm glad that they waited. I'm glad that they waited for the Koenigsegg Agara to come out, because that is a beautiful looking thing to look at.
I'm just going to have to nod and smile while you talk car stuff.
It's so 2012, yeah, I mean...
And the film was what, 2014?
Yeah, so a couple of years later, came out. I think they went into production pretty much straight away, or definitely the development stages. The lead was offered to Taylor Kitsch originally.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, he's just bleh.
Yeah. Stay as Gambit. Keep him as Gambit. Don't ever recast that role.
Yeah. Also, Liam Hemsworth, I read.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear that one. And
Brenton Thwaites, who I believe is an Australian actor, and I think the only thing I know him from is Titans.
Oh, the Batman show.
Yeah.
Right.
He was Robin, effectively.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
I really enjoyed season 1 of Titans, and I've been meaning to go back to it, but I haven't. It was a cool story.
Yeah, cool story. I watched about 5 minutes of the first episode and then was like, nah, I don't want to watch this.
That sounds very you.
Yeah. Aaron Paul, originally up for the role of Dino, later taken by Dominic Cooper. Aaron Paul was offered the role of the hero because his hair didn't stand tall enough to be the villain.
Right, I see. Yeah. There were a lot of people in this movie who appeared to be having the tallest hair competition.
Yeah.
They all looked a little bit like anime characters.
They did. I expected Dominic Cooper to walk in with a big sword at some point. This film was sponsored by Ford and hair gel, I believe.
Right.
So that does make sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made from the same stuff as Something About Mary.
What, cum?
All right.
That's the sponsorship with Early Learning Centre. Off the books immediately.
Yeah, God, you've ruined it immediately. We were doing so well.
Sorry.
I think because Aaron Paul, as I said, was up for the villain role, I think Steven Spielberg and Scott Waugh had decided to put him in the hero role, I think off the back of Breaking Bad.
Okay.
This guy's going to be huge. Let's make him the hero.
Because the role of Jesse Pinkman screamed leading man.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think he'd be really good in a sort of a Steve McQueen, James Dean-esque role, you know, where he's a blue-collar guy that's got to do racing, and maybe like we're going to root for him, but maybe he's not the best guy, you know. Maybe he does kill hundreds of people when he's driving through the streets of Detroit.
I've got so many notes about the off-screen deaths that there must have been. It's crazy.
And we'll come back to the performances again as well. We'll definitely put a pin in that.
Who else we got?
Imogen Poots as Julia, who I most recently saw her in The Father, which was very good. And she's not in it an awful lot, but she's very good in that. Filth, remember seeing her in that recently. I think the first time I ever saw her was 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah, maybe for me too. I think my favourite Imogen Poots film is Green Room.
There you go. I was leaving that one for you because I knew that you'd
love that film. Yeah. And she's great in that.
Fantastic.
So good.
Mentioned Dominic Cooper already. It's our second Dominic Cooper movie
this
of the season. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So it's our first. We've never done a Dominic Cooper movie before. I don't think I knew who he was before this movie came out, which depressingly was 11 years ago now.
Oh, don't.
It feels like 3. Yeah, it's weird. It's bizarre and a total coincidence. And there's another coincidence coming up next week, which you'll think wasn't a coincidence, but we'll talk about that then. Rami Malek. It's our second Rami Malek movie of the season as well. Would you believe?
I mean, I'll allow that on a technicality, but it's not really our second Rami Malek movie, is it?
Sort of.
Not really.
Sort of.
No, I don't accept that. Is he in the credits?
Yeah.
You just made that up.
I checked it. Definitely. Kid Cudi. It's our first Kid Cudi movie.
That's true.
Although we spoke about Trap on our Patreon feed.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that with a weird wig on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really know that he'd been acting as long as this. I think the first thing I remember seeing him in was X, the Ty West movie.
Fairly recent, yeah.
I primarily knew him for his music.
Don't Look Up, apparently. He's in that.
Okay.
I don't remember him in that.
That was a big
few
cast,
years ago
though.
now. Yeah. And Happy Gilmore 2, again, just cameos coming out your backside. So I don't know. I don't remember. But I really liked him in this. Again, we'll come back to performances. But I thought he was very good. Michael Keaton. He's in this. Did you know that?
Did I know that he was in it?
Yeah.
Yes, because I had gone on Letterboxd prior to watching the film, so I was aware of the cast list. I didn't expect him to show up looking like Bono, sounding like Negan from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
To the point where you hear him before you see him, and even having seen the cast list, I was like, "Is that no? It could be Jeffrey Dean Morgan."
You wish it was Jeffrey Dean.
I do. I know which one I'd rather look at, and it's not Michael Keaton. Although he is my favourite Batman.
Yeah.
Unless we're including Will on it.
Let's get nuts. No, you're crazy. But anyway, let's move on. Did you know that Dakota Johnson was there?
No.
I've seen this movie 7 times prior. Neither did I.
Oh, what, you didn't know who she was?
Yeah.
The last time?
Yeah. And I the last time I watched this was probably about 9 months ago.
In fairness,
and I didn't notice even then.
It is quite recent that her career's sort of gone stratospheric.
But she was doing stuff.
Yeah.
She's been doing stuff for ages.
Yeah, she's been acting since she was a kid.
Oh, right, okay. So, but this would have been the first thing I guess I saw her in.
Yeah.
And that character is so nothing.
I know.
That it's like, I think I just forget that character even exists. I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah, it's a bit of a thankless role. She's not given a great deal to do.
It's crap. And it's not her fault. It's just a crap role.
Can I say something controversial?
Go on.
I like Dakota Johnson. I think she's very funny and she comes across as quite likeable in interviews. I don't think she's the best actor.
Okay. What about in Need for Speed?
I don't think she's the best actor. Okay. And I love the Suspiria remake.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think she's good in that.
Yeah, she's great in that.
But I don't know. I guess I'm thinking about like Madam Web and more recently The Materialists, and she just doesn't give very much.
Madam Web, I mean, I just write that off completely.
Yeah.
Materialists I haven't seen, so I can't judge it.
She's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it weird that she's all of a sudden leading lady and everywhere,
Yeah.
but she's fine.
Well,
She's fine.
here there's meant to be sort of a love interest with Aaron Paul, Toby Marshall, and that chemistry was just electric, wasn't it?
Palpable. Yeah.
It was just coming off the screen
You
there.
could cut through that sexual tension with a knife.
Yeah. I the only reason I knew that there had meant to be sexual tension is because we watched it with closed captions on, and a little thing popped up on the screen that said, "Now there's some sexual tension between these two." I was like, "Oh yeah."
You
Glad
shouldn't really need the CC to tell you
No.
that, though.
But it's useful when you're
Yeah.
watching a Scott War film. It's useful. I like this movie, but I've got no problems tearing it a new one.
You're gonna have to keep reminding us that you like it, maybe.
Aaron Paul. Let's start at the top. What's he doing here, Sarah?
What's he doing here?
Why is he here? Why is he the lead role? Do you think
genuinely don't know.
It wasn't a good choice, was it?
No. And yet he's kind of acting rings around everybody else, with the exception of maybe Imogen Poots.
Yeah, and Kid Cudi.
Sure. I don't know. Aaron Paul's a strange one because I do think he is a good actor. I do think he's capable, but for some reason his career just never really took off beyond Breaking Bad.
Not all people that have successful TV careers also have the same success.
It doesn't always translate to the
movies.
big screen.
Doesn't always translate.
And they don't want that path.
I'm sure that Aaron Paul is fine. He's got his tequila.
Yeah.
Like he's got
Actually, I believe it's mezcal.
Is it mezcal? I beg your pardon. He's got his Breaking Bad checks, which I'm sure that he got paid by the end of the run. I'm sure that he got paid very well.
And El Camino.
At El Camino. He was in Westworld.
Oh yeah.
He was in that weird Isaac Gonzalez sci-fi movie we watched about 6 months ago called Ash.
Yeah.
And I liked him in that, actually. Not going to reveal anything about that film, but yeah, I really liked him in that, thinking about it.
Okay. I'd forgotten about that one, but yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So I think we should have kept him as the villain in this. I would have been happy with that, I think.
I mean, anybody could have done a better job than Dominic Cooper. I don't know much about Dominic Cooper. I haven't seen him in many things. I know you're a fan of Preacher, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
He was the wrong choice. And his accent, and I know that's something I always harp on about, but it was so bad. So can we agree, at least, that Dominic Cooper was not the choice for that role?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah?
I agree with you. Do you agree with me?
Do I agree with you? Yeah. We agree with each other.
Yeah.
That's good.
I agreed on you too.
Moving on to Imogen Poots then, which is a fun name to say. Poots. I kind of liked her character in this. I'm not going to lie. I don't think the characterization was the best.
I feel like that across the board, though.
Yeah. Good point. And I think some of the dialogue was maybe verging on a little bit of sexism.
Yeah.
But actually...
And just cheesy and shit.
Well, yeah.
You're amazing. Oh.
But she did all right with it.
Yeah,
she did pretty well with the material.
She did.
And she was my favourite character.
She was fun and she had some good lines. She delivered them well. Some of them were a bit sarcastic and funny, and that was great. It did add a new kind of dynamic to the film. I think if it was just Aaron Paul sitting in that car for 2 hours, it would have gotten... That would have been insufferable. Boring. Yeah. I suppose he needs someone else in the car to...
He needs somebody else in the car to fall in love with over 43 hours.
Yeah, 43 hours. Is that how long it took them?
Something like that. Yeah. I think they said they had like 45 or 44 hours, and I don't know. I did read up about it, and apparently it can be done in 43.
Yeah, I Googled it as well.
Yeah.
Google Maps was like 43 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's including like traffic and following the speed.
You would hope so.
The speed laws.
But they did take a detour.
They did.
So
they went the wrong way. They got lost.
Idiots.
Even though they had that fancy GPS in their car, video conferencing system, and a plane above them telling them where to go. They still got lost. They're like, oh fuck, we got lost. We might as well pick up Rami Malek now while we're there.
Who's inexplicably naked.
Who's in this movie and naked.
So let's move on to Rami Malek, shall we? Which show was it where I went in on Rami Malek? I feel like I'm
Until Dawn.
No, it wasn't that one. We didn't talk about him at length because he wasn't in the movie.
Okay.
And I will die on that hill.
Was it The Amateur on Patreon?
Oh, maybe. And I'm starting to feel a bit mean.
Mm.
Like, is it bullying? Am I bullying Rami Malek?
He doesn't care. He doesn't listen to this.
I don't know what it is about him. I find his face really annoying.
Mm.
He aggravates me. And in any role other than the one he played in Mr. Robot, I don't like him.
Yeah.
But he was good in that because he was supposed to look a bit strange and awkward and anxious.
Mm. Weird casting here as well, I think.
Absolutely weird casting, yeah.
I think some of it is absolutely nailed, and some of it, the casting, well, what is nailed? I don't know. Some of it works fine, and some of it's like, why? That's weird.
Mm,
I don't know why you'd put him in that role.
yeah.
But then I don't know. 2014, is that more before he kind of, because his brand is sort of awkward, isn't it? Like, if you want to call it that. Is that before? And at this point, he just wanted to be like a bro, like a stifler or something.
Oh God.
Like, what are we doing with Rami Malek in this film, running around being naked and sexually assaulting people in the office?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I think I made notes about that. I definitely would have made notes about that.
The character is sexually assaulting people in the office.
Yeah.
Character of Finn.
He commits sexual assault and then public nudity.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in this movie is going to jail, right? Everyone
has been to jail already, so they're going to jail for even longer than you think, I reckon.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really bold choice to use the Greg Wallace method of leaving a job for Finn's character. I think this is probably Greg Wallace's favourite movie, and now I don't like it anymore.
Rami Malek was just like, no, I'm misunderstood.
I've got autism.
Yeah, I'm just neurodivergent. I never knew. That's that old chestnut.
Yeah. Now he's got a TikTok account where he's charging £200 a month for health and fitness for older men. I think the price has gone down now.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. On account of the amount of sign-ups he's had. Which
on
I think,
account of the zero uptake.
I was going to say checks notes. Oh yeah, zero subscriptions. I'm sure there's someone.
Somebody's done it, but for a YouTube video.
Yeah.
They've done it, but for content.
One subscriber, Danny Gonzalez. And Greg Wallace is like, I don't know who Danny Gonzalez is. Win. Oh, please. Yeah.
Maybe this is the start of your YouTube career. So this is a film that has quite a distinct kind of 3-act structure, even more than most, isn't it?
I suppose so. Do you mean in the sense that at the start we've got the race at Mount Kisco, and then in the middle we've got the car chase across the country, and then in the final acts,
it's effectively a road movie in the middle.
Yeah, and in the final acts you've got the race in California. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Do you know what is a film that I didn't think about at all until this viewing in relation to Need for Speed, but it is referenced several times in the movie, so I'm a big dumb dummy for not putting it together.
Okay.
Speed.
Oh yeah.
In Speed you've got the elevator, the bus, the train. In this, like you say, you've got the race, the chase, then the final race. It's very similarly structured to Speed. They crash into a trolley in the first race at Mount Kisco.
Yeah.
And I was expecting the kid to go, cans, it's just cans, but he doesn't. But I bet there's a version on the cutting room floor where he does.
Probably.
Benny references Speed at some point while he's in the plane.
Yep.
Calls Toby Marshall Keanu at one point.
Oh, I don't think I call it that.
Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, it's very distinct. There are three very distinct parts of the film, and I think they're all executed really well in terms of just how they look and how the stunts of them, basically. So I could watch any part of this movie in isolation and be completely fulfilled by it, and I have a few times. I've watched it 8 times probably from start to finish, but some of the scenes I've watched way more than that.
I was going to say, even I'd seen the first race before, and I can only assume that's because I walked in on you watching it, maybe?
Probably.
I don't know why else, but that was all I'd seen. And honestly, watching it from a critical perspective, the racing stuff was actually really well done. And I'm saying that as somebody who doesn't drive, has never driven, knows nothing about cars, but does know something about film and effects and and all that jazz. Yeah, it looked pretty good.
I think it looks amazing. They really try to not use CGI. I think I saw on Google there was a quote, perhaps from the director. Didn't see the source, so it might be made up, but there was apparently no CGI used in it, but that's not true because you just can't make a film without putting, without rubbing out some cables or like a
Yeah.
ramp. Like there's a part at the start where the Koenigsegg flips up, like there was a ramp there and they had to CGI that out, so there are enhancements, but for the most part there's practical stuff. They're real cars, they crash in real cars. A lot of them are replicas, if not all of them have just used
I figured.
the chassis, like the model. Like if you're like $3 million cars, the budget for this was only $66 million.
Okay.
So like a couple of those, you crash a couple of those cars, probably doubling your budget.
Yeah.
So yeah, replicas of 12 or 13 really top high-end McLarens, Lamborghinis, Koenigsegg's, and then you've got a couple of Fords in there as well. I think this movie's kind of underrated. I don't think it's a brilliant movie. I don't think it's...
What's the general consensus then?
Crap.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's just not a well-liked film at all, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I have met, I think I can count on one hand the amount of people I've met in my life that like this movie.
Okay.
I am a huge defender of it. I think it's kind of underrated. I don't think it's great, but I think the stuff that it does do brilliantly, and most importantly, is a car chase movie. It's a car movie.
Mm-hmm.
It nails that stuff 100%.
Yeah.
So when you view it as that sort of movie, I think it's an all-timer. But like as a regular movie, yeah, it's kind of average.
But yeah, when you listen to the words that the characters are saying,
yeah,
it's immediately less impressive.
Yeah, the script is bad.
It's not good, no.
And maybe it would have been, I started saying earlier that I liked that they had the Julia character in the car, and I enjoyed that character. But maybe if you make it shorter and make Aaron Paul say less, it might be a bit compelling.
Sure.
I'm thinking about Vanishing Point, which is obviously a huge influence on something like this.
I haven't seen that one. Obviously, I'm aware of it because of Death Proof, but I haven't watched it, so I'll take your word for that.
You haven't watched it. You've bought it, though. You bought a copy
I bought it for you, yeah.
I think that was the first thing you ever bought me,
Maybe.
Very good movie. But that came out in 1971. This movie, I believe, opens showing that they're at the drive-in watching Bullet.
Yeah.
Which came out in 68. So 68, Bullet, 71, Vanishing Point, 2014, Need for Speed. Like... It references those movies, and it knows it's doing it on purpose. It's like
it feels more like it's to honor those movies rather than to be derivative, though.
100%,
because they're being very open about their influences. They're wearing that on their sleeve, so more of an homage than anything.
Yeah, just like Bullet started the car chase trend, and you got chases in things like French Connection, which is another classic car chase. And I think this film is just saying to you, if you like those films, those classic where we used real cars and did real stunts, and the physics was 100% correct, including in this movie, then you're
just don't think about that.
Just don't think about it. Then you're gonna like it. I think that I like seeing those references, just because I'm like, oh yeah, there's Bullet, or there's in Vanishing Point, they've also got a radio announcer that's kind of explaining what's going on. And the same is true in Need for Speed. It's funny because it feels sort of clipped on the Michael Keaton stuff, but
a little bit.
I imagine it was there from the first draft because we're homaging Vanishing Point.
Yeah,
and many other movies have done that. Actually, I wonder what the first movie was to feature a radio presenter.
I don't
kind
know.
of commenting on the plot and what's going on with the characters.
I don't know. I mean, my mind always goes to The Warriors, but that was like, what, 79? So that was way after.
The Warriors now. Yeah, I think we spoke about that in our show.
Yeah, we must have done.
John Wick 4 does it, and that's definitely in reference to The Warriors.
I would imagine so, yeah.
But there's not... I feel like there's probably not that many films that do that, but I feel like we've spoken about almost all of them.
Weird. I do think I prefer the way that The Warriors and John Wick 4 do it, where they keep the radio announcer almost kind of anonymous, really. We don't need to see their whole face. Like, predominantly you just see the mouth. and the microphone. And I think that's all you need. I think actually making it somebody known, like making it a Michael Keaton and having him dress like that, awful.
Not a fan.
Not a fan at all. It almost detracts from proceedings.
Yeah, I can understand that. It sort of distracts you a little bit. Oh, look, what's Bruce Wayne doing as a radio guy now?
Yeah.
He what did you think in isolation of his performance in those roles? Did you enjoy that? Was it a bit much? Was it, because it was quite cheesy, wasn't it? Like do you know what I really hated about that stuff?
Go on.
Is every other sentence was, yeah, Toby Marshall's the fucking greatest driver that's ever like he could drive a fucking watermelon around a track faster than Ayrton Senna. Like, and did you know that he's from a working class background and he's blue collar and he's also a really fast driver? Dino, what a cunt. Toby Marshall, legend. Like, that's the whole movie. And it's like, yeah, you said that to me 7 times now. I get it. And I sort of like that Michael Keaton seems to be having fun.
Yeah.
Obviously on his own for a day in a booth and just making up shit on the spot, I'm guessing. We got a flash of a kind of a Beetlejuice thing, but like, it's almost, to me, like, if you're going to get Keaton and put him in that room on his own, then let him go nuts.
Yeah.
Let him, like, he's sort of, I bet there's loads of stuff that just didn't make it into the final edit. And I just thought it was a bit, if you're going to do it, do it. I didn't love it, but I thought it was wasted if you're going to use it. Do you think it was, are you glad that was there? Do you feel like if you whipped that out completely, you would have been lost in the movie? Or,
No.
because it didn't add much, did it?
No, I don't think so. Like, if anything, he's there for idiots, just to hammer home exactly what's happening. I definitely don't think it added much to the movie. I don't know. Like I say, keep that character, but just have it more anonymous.
Yeah.
And I think that would be fine.
I suppose so. We'll get someone with like a really iconic voice in there.
Yeah, sure.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah,
in there.
That would have been way more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Somebody we haven't talked about, is his name Harrison Gilbertson?
Sure.
From Upgrade, the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Who
definitely going to make it through this movie.
I mean, do you know what? The minute he said,
I see dead people.
No, he was like, I really like Piers Morgan. I was like, well, your character deserves to die then. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Yes.
But yeah, that was a curious choice.
Yeah.
Was Piers Morgan, did he have a better reputation in 2014?
If I had to guess, I would say the writers didn't think too much about it. They just went, oh, she's English.
Who else is English?
Who's English? Oh, there's that guy. What guy? Piers Morgan, is it? Yeah, that would do.
But he could have said, like, Jeremy Clarkson also would have deserved to die. However, that would have made more sense that he would have known who Jeremy Clarkson was, because Cars.
Yeah.
Piers Morgan was just like, they just plucked a name from nowhere.
Yeah. And also Top Gear was huge throughout the world.
Yeah.
And people going to watch Need for Speed at the cinema would fucking know what Top Gear is.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Why? Yeah.
Why Piers Morgan? Kill that character immediately. Death to you, sir. But he doesn't die straight away. I thought he was going to die in that race at the start, but he doesn't. He dies in the next part with the Quinn's eggs. Yeah,
that was pretty clearly telegraphed.
It was obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was driving.
I think I said that as we were watching it. I was like, oh, he's going to die then.
Yeah.
Why am I getting the vibe that kid's not going to make it?
Yeah, well, he had that prophecy, which didn't include him. And he was driving that white car like an angel. It was, come on.
But
which car shall I have? Getting the white one? No, yeah.
None of the characters in this are very observant. And I think that was never more obvious than when Aaron Paul sort of came clean about the auto shop not doing well, and they're all like, oh, you mean the business isn't great, but all we do is sit around and play video games and drink beer. Yeah. I thought everything was brilliant.
What do you mean business is bad? We had a customer last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody in that shop. Who's that guy? Oh, he's the guy from the bank. He comes here every week, basically.
Yeah.
But you've never. Oh, I've never seen him before. Oh, that's because you do fuck all. You play Need for Speed on a PlayStation. I wonder what game they were playing.
It
Probably
had to
was.
have been a Need for Speed.
Yeah, had to be, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. The characters are not observant in this movie unless they need to be for the plot, I guess.
Yeah.
I understand Toby Marshall. I mean, we're calling our hero Toby, by the way, which is the name what you call a Rottweiler, not a hero in a car movie.
Was the dog in Neighbours called Toby? Wasn't that a golden retriever?
No, that was called Bouncer.
Oh, Bouncer!
Yeah. It's Joe Mangle's dog, wasn't it?
Bouncer.
Yeah.
Oh, that dog's dead now.
You beat me to it once. Yeah.
Oh.
No dogs in this movie, though. Oh, there is a dog in this movie. I tell a lie. And it's a Rottweiler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How could I forget that? I'm trying to go through my notes and make sense of them. And at one point I did just write, this movie hates women.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm trying to remember precisely why I said that. Like I did,
Yeah.
I jotted down some dialogue. I know at one point Aaron Paul does say, in reference to Imogen Poots, she's crazy, she talks too much.
Well.
And there's the whole conversation about, oh, you're wearing high heels, you don't have any spare shoes. There's a lot of stereotyping and mild misogyny. But yeah, I don't know why I aggressively wrote, this movie hates women. I don't think it's that bad.
I agree. I mean, I think they're trying. They're trying. Like
they basically turn Imogen Poots into Zoe Bell at one point.
Yeah. Well, you know that they're like, oh, she hasn't done anything. What are you going to give us to do? Fill up the car with petrol?
We can't even see her cleavage. Why is she here?
Yeah. Hates women. I think maybe that's a bit strong.
I think that's a bit strong.
But I sort of get where you're coming from. They're sort of a fake out at the start where Poots pretends that she doesn't know anything about cars, and then they're like, oh, hello, pretty little lady, hello, darling. All right, well, this is what we're but she sort of does that. She brings that on herself because she just pretends that she doesn't. Like, okay, they probably are a bit patronizing or whatever, but I don't know. I've seen way worse though.
Yeah, agreed. And I just wish I could remember at what specific point in the film I wrote that. I must have been having some big feelings that night.
I mean, she's got a pink suitcase.
She does.
Is that sexist? If you're a woman that has a pink suitcase?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I'd say no too.
I don't know. I don't think so. I also wrote a note that just says so many crimes.
So many crimes.
So many crimes.
Speeding's one.
Yeah, I really wish I'd actually sort of made a tally of all of the specific crimes that they do, because it's wild. And the whole time I was watching, I was just like, you think you're going to go there, do this race, expose Dominic Cooper as the bad guy, as the reason that you were in jail, and that the legal system's just going to go, never mind all the other subsequent crimes that you did.
But you're forgetting, Sarah, that that's exactly what they did.
I'm not asking for 100% realism, but that was wild. That was absolutely wild.
You're not asking for 100% realism in a movie based on the game series and Need for Speed.
But they do try to make it like a real thing, like a proper movie.
They do, and I really like that about this. But it is a strange choice because the games are they're like arcade races. They're not sim races. They're just ridiculous, like turbocharge and crashing into things and crashing into buildings and making columns, driving into columns and buildings falling down and slowing people down. Like, it's nuts. It's crazy. It's absurd. And I don't think this movie is pretty grounded, aside from the bits that are fucking absurd.
Yeah. Grounded apart from the stuff that's not grounded.
Yeah. So many crimes. Toby and Julia would have been killed the minute they hit that central reservation, and a Mustang went up in the air and then crashed, and then it cut to a brand new Mustang. They drove off the next day. They destroying police property is a crime that they committed because for some reason, when they're in that petrol station, a policeman comes in and Julia's like, oh, I better run upstairs, and then remembers that she's afraid of heights and climbs on the roof.
But then she jumps down and he catches her because apparently she weighs nothing.
Yeah. But what we didn't know at that point is that we'd already seen a dog with a big old fucking chain around its neck. Toby had taken said chain and connected it to the police car's rear axle, so that when a police car tried to chase them, the car just fell apart. And it's genius. But that is a crime.
What happened to the dog?
The dog's fine.
Oh, good.
The dog's fine. The dog just put it in the cabin, I think, didn't he?
Okay, that's fine then.
Yeah.
But I mean, starting small with the breach of parole, that's straight back to jail.
Yeah.
Violated your parole.
We got 2 years at the start for racing, and I guess technically it's a manslaughter charge.
2 years seems really low.
It is where, as far as the police are concerned, there were only 2 people in a race and one of them is now dead.
Yeah.
Even though hundreds of people would have seen 3 Koenigseggs, and that's not something you forget.
No.
Red, white, and black Koenigsegg driving the wrong way down a freeway. Yeah, I'm not forgetting that.
I might.
Depends how much Dominic Cooper's paying you, I guess.
But I just think, like, the theft of a, $3 million vehicle and racing illegally that led to the death of your friend. 2 years?
2 years. Really good, like, can't afford to keep the shop open, has no money, can't buy, like, new clothes or anything, doesn't smoke, or doesn't have any habits or anything like that, but can afford the world's best lawyers for some reason.
Crazy. Crazy. The sheer number of accidental deaths that would occur off screen due to their behaviour. I don't know, it sort of made me think of, is it Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
Where they're just like destroying huge swathes of the city.
Yeah, and just unconcerned. These superheroes that are meant to be saving
Keyword
people.
being heroes.
I think that's a good comparison. I like that. I hate that you're making me think about BVS.
Sorry.
But no, I don't hate that movie like many people do. Let's not get into that.
No,
maybe we'll
that's
cover
a
it one
different
day.
conversation.
It's not good, and I'll leave it there. But I don't mind it. Yeah, the collateral damage is insane. You don't think about that an awful lot. The fact that you stop to think about it is concerning. You obviously weren't invested enough in the movie and just going, he is amazing jumping over that central reservation, doing that cricket thing. I think he's going to crash into that bus. He's not going to crash into that bus, just making you think that he's going to crash into that bus and kill all of the school children.
They had the opportunity to do the funniest thing there and they didn't take it.
Yeah. There is another school bus later, which I guess is another Speed reference.
Yeah, it must be. But yeah, there's no jury along the breadth of America that would evacuate his previous convictions and ignore all the subsequent crimes.
Yeah, straight away, like you say, just breaking parole.
Yeah.
At least he didn't nick the Mustang. At least he borrowed it.
That's true. That's true.
So I reckon, by my count, he should be getting like 100 years or so. Maybe.
Two consecutive life sentences.
And then, of course, so he'll be getting charged by the states, various states. I don't know how that's going to work, really.
Yeah.
But don't forget also about the small claims that he's going to have to face. All of the whiplash claims. There's going to be like no claim, no. All those no win, no fee companies would have been watching the news, just rubbing their hands.
Oh, the ambulance chasers. Yeah, they were gleeful that day.
Yeah. Neck braces sold out. Is
chiropractors throughout Detroit were having a hell of a month.
Yeah. Loads of crimes, loads of collateral damage, but we don't care about that. And not to mention Benny that steals a helicopter or an airplane every 10 minutes.
From the military.
From the police.
But he did go to jail.
Yeah, he did.
Because he's black. I know we're making a joke, but the system is skewed.
I'm not going to argue with that.
At least that bit's realistic.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about racial politics in the movie Need for Speed? Seems like an appropriate time. Oh, do you know what I love about Kid Cudi's character is that he's having fun.
He does seem like the only one that's having a whale of a time.
He read this script and he's like, I know what this movie is.
Yeah.
It's nonsense, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And I think he got the memo. And I find him very funny. Even the stuff that is kind of cheesy doesn't really work, like Call Me Maverick. I'm still sort of smiling at that.
Well, I mean, Need for Speed, the game came from the Top Gun quote, didn't it?
I imagine it did, yeah. I feel the need for speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably thought that it was a Top Gun game when I was a kid. But no, I do. I like that Benny character. I think he's fun. I think that all of the stuff where he's stealing the helicopters and the planes, and I can fly an Apache. I think that's funny, that stuff. That works for me. The Finn humour, not so much. I like the fact, even the part where he's in the jail and he says,
twerking.
yeah. But he's in the jail for the last act of the movie, but he manages to convince the prison wardens to bring him an iPad to watch an illegal street race somehow. Like, it's just, it's stupid.
Nonsense.
But I don't know. I think he adds a lot to this film. I think he adds
That's
a lot
fair.
of much needed, because it's a lot of it is quite doubt. It's, you know, dead brother, and my dad's dead, my brother's dead. All that matters now is getting somewhere slightly before the person behind me. And it's a bit dour and a bit like there needs to be some humor added, I think.
I agree. I think maybe his performance didn't resonate with me very much while we were watching it, because it felt a bit like they were sort of looking to the Fast and the Furious playbook, and he was supposed to be a bit of a Tyrese Gibson, and I don't particularly like him in those movies. But I think Kid Cudi was a little bit better.
A bit better than Tyrese Gibson?
Yeah.
Oh, such high praise. Tyrese Gibson, who was also in Morbius. I like some of the Fast and Furious movies, but they don't work for me typically. They're like 1 fine, done. 9 and 10 terrible, just bad movies. Hated them. But the first 8, I think. the first 8, I think.
What a ludicrous sentence that is.
Yeah, Ludacris is also in those movies. But you're right. I think I prefer this movie because it's about the cars and the racing, whereas Fast and Furious, it's really stopped being about that after movie
family.
3. Exactly, precisely. It's about family, but this is doing that. This kind of wants a bit of the Fast and Furious money.
Yeah, this
comes out in 2014. Is kind of around about the time Fast and Furious is peaking. I want to say maybe
probably.
Like, so we had Fast 4, Fast 5, I think was 2012, I want to say.
Okay.
And then there may be every 2 or 3 years at that point after then. And they're like $1 billion at that point. So I'm assuming this wants to cash in a little bit on that.
Yeah, probably.
And it is trying to get this kind of
like
team
the diverse
dynamic
cast and the
we've got
chosen family thing.
Yeah, we've got the tech guy, and we've got the guy that flies planes, and you know,
we've got this guy that looks like Mac from Mac and Me, and he's getting naked in an office.
Yeah. Yeah, I like I say, I like the Benny stuff, but I think you could lose the other guys.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Benny adds humor, but the other guys don't add anything.
I think one of my biggest complaints about this movie is it's really overstuffed for what it is.
There's so much going on.
Yeah,
it should be a really stripped back, refined. It
has no business being significantly longer than 2 hours.
Did it drag for you?
Did it drag? There's a lot of car puns, unintentional car puns in this.
Some of them are intentional.
A little bit maybe. Curiously, the middle segment was probably my favourite. I didn't like a lot of the dialogue, but I did like some of the character progression and some of the stunts. Like the hanging off the side of the car thing to refuel was kind of cool to watch.
Yeah, it's fun.
So that was probably my favourite. No, I don't think it dragged too much.
Yeah, but it
wasn't too bad.
I think it is too long. I don't have a big problem with it. I think it's pretty well paced. I think.
No. Yeah, I guess.
Maybe you could benefit from whipping out 10 minutes or so, but for me, that would just be whipping out those 2 superfluous characters. What are they called? They're called Finn and Joe. Finn and Joe.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you probably could have whipped those characters out and just
at
the same time you're cutting down some of that runtime.
Hard agree.
But you're right. It is completely overstuffed. There are several motivations for Toby Marshall. The first being, we need to save the garage. This is my dad's garage. We haven't had any customers for 10 years. We've just figured out that we can't run a business like that.
Despite the fact that we've been sitting with our thumbs up our butts for the last 2 years doing nothing.
So we need to win this race to save the garage. Classic storyline, plot structure for a movie. And that's all you need.
That would have been enough, yeah.
Or
nobody needed to die. Like if he'd wrecked that car, if Dominic Cooper had stitched him up and he'd just wrecked the car, go away for 2 years, that would have been more believable. Nobody needed to die. We didn't need to make this so dour. Then you could do away with the Dakota Johnson character entirely. Unnecessary. So I think that would be my preferred version of this film, actually. Keep it fun, keep it light.
I sort of agree with you, I think. I think I would just lose the whole let's save the garage scenario. I think I would just have the race. No one needs to die. There can be some revenge. Like, you can still have him go to jail for a year.
For lying about him having stolen the car.
Yeah.
Like, that would be enough for him to want to set the record straight and beat Dominic Cooper fair and square.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe his dad dies while he's in jail and he's like, oh, I've also missed out on my dad's death. Or I don't know. Yeah, you can whip out all that stuff. But I really liked the fact that they had the car, or they had the red Agera that Dominic Cooper's character was driving. He had kept the car, he put it away in storage, kept all of the invoices for the car and all of the evidence that he had
kept
the
that
car.
one receipt in the folder marked evidence.
Yeah. For Dakota Johnson to go, I bet this is where he keeps his criminal stuff. Yeah. Stupid. But I like the fact that he found a car and reused it at the end, despite it being stupid the way that he finds it. The fact that it's there at the end, I thought it was quite nice, and linking it back to the beginning and stuff. But no one needs to die, really. The fact that he beats him with his own car, I think, is just an interesting way to finish it for a car movie.
Maybe that's one of the reasons it didn't do as well as it could have done.
Well, it made about 200 million, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't make enough that there were subsequent movies, is what I'm saying. Like, there's no way they wanted this to be a one and done.
Yeah, they never do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there weren't sequels, so it can't have performed as well as they'd hoped.
Yeah, I mean, it made 3 times its budget, which I think is a success, really.
It's decent these days.
I think it's good. I think to make this for 66 million seems pretty cheap to me.
Yeah. I think knowing that almost everything was practical is pretty phenomenal for that sort of a price tag. Can we just clear up something that I really, really didn't understand? And again, I'm not expecting realism from this film, but something that we didn't mention about Benny's character is he can time travel.
Ah, yes. The old time traveling plane situation.
This really bugged me. So he can get there faster than everybody. Also, the Finn and is it Joe? Joe and Finn in the truck, they managed to beat the car. Why can everybody get there quicker than the fast car?
I don't know. It's a valid question.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really I guess the script answer is because they're being chased. But to me, I'm just like, well, you would drive faster then, wouldn't you? Get there even quicker. It's funny where Benny picks them up in the Apache helicopter and they strap it to the car. Also cool scene, like stupid but fun.
Yeah.
Just fun to look at and go, ridiculous. And then it carries them to the other side and drops them, where Joe and Finn are just waiting there with their arms crossed, like, oh, took your time, didn't you? You've got the fastest car on the planet. 230 miles an hour, you said it goes.
No, but they can time travel.
Yeah,
that's an element that wasn't explored.
Which is faster than a Ford Mustang.
Yeah. And I really appreciate the fact that when Imogen Poots' character gets injured, she goes to the most full-service hospital imaginable, where they reapply her makeup and they just bring her a laptop.
Yes.
Can I have a laptop? Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Laptops are just given away in all facilities in this world.
Yeah.
Wherever you are. It's set in the future and it's like a really cool future, like Demolition Man, like where you think that it's cool, but it's not really. Under the surface, there's lots of weird shit going on. But wherever you are, if you ask for a laptop or an iPad, they bring it to you.
Yeah.
Only to watch illegal street races, though.
Yes. Yeah. That's the distinction.
Why aren't we arresting Michael Keaton?
Why isn't everybody in this movie arrested?
Well, yeah.
Everybody involved would have been at a minimum arrested. Bare minimum should have been an arrest and a trial and a lifetime ban from driving. Maybe that's why there weren't any sequels. They were just like, oh, this would never be allowed a second time.
Everyone would be in jail.
Yeah.
But I mean, the police aren't even remotely concerned about shutting down Monarch. He's called Monarch, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
Just tie in with the Godzilla universe. He's there. He creates these races. He tells everyone where these races are. The police eventually turn up to these races, but no one seems to care about stopping the races. They're going after the people that are racing,
Mm.
but they don't think to go, why don't we just stop it from
I mean,
being organised?
honestly, that part is realistic
Yeah.
in terms of law enforcement and common sense. That
Okay.
bit I buy.
Okay. So overall then, what do you think of Need for Speed? Are you glad that you watched it now? You've heard me banging on about it for 5 years.
Do you know what, Dan? I never thought I'd see the day, but I didn't hate this movie.
It's better than Driven, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, by a country mile. I don't know if the rest of this season has just made my expectations plummet.
It's beating you down.
Maybe.
Like finally a movie that isn't total shit.
And the fact that the whole time I've known you, you've been saying it's not a good film, but I like it, but it's not a good film. So I was expecting just drivel. I think I maybe was expecting another Driven.
Yeah.
But actually, do you know what? I had kind of a good time watching this.
Good. I'm glad. Maybe are you just starting to enjoy cars now?
No.
No. Okay.
Don't go that far.
Got in 60 seconds next.
I will say that the disclaimer at the end in the credits about driving being dangerous does sort of tell me that the filmmakers knew what their audience would be.
Yeah. Kids.
Idiots.
17-year-old boys.
Kids and idiots.
And men in their 40s.
And women in their 40s, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I had a good time with it.
Surprised that you got as much out of it as you did. I think I was pretty honest about telling you about the film. I don't think it's a great film. I don't think it's bad. I think maybe I'd
it's not bad, but it's also not good.
No, it's just, as I said before, it's just an average. It's like a very mediocre, not a great script, but balanced out by the stunts.
Oh yeah, like if it wasn't for the practicality of the car stuff and the stunts and the racing, it could have been another Driven.
Yeah.
But I think that stuff is so impressive, it does sort of make it a lot more worthwhile.
I mean, for me, it was an instant. Like I watched the film, came out of cinema absolutely jacked. Like I had quite a long drive home as well in a brand new car that I think I'd had for like a week or two.
You were speeding, weren't you?
I got home very quickly whilst also obeying all traffic laws.
Sure, okay.
Yes. It was late at night, so there's no one on the roads. Yeah, I loved it immediately, and I bought it when I started my Blu-ray collection again, probably a couple of years after the film came out. It was one of the first ones that I bought because I love it. I return to it all the time. I watch scenes in isolation. I just wish that maybe we'd change some of the casting. Maybe we could refine some of it there, perhaps in the middle of the film, or just taking out some of the characters. Like going back to Speed. Speed is such a masterclass of an action film. It's a perfect action film. It's
paced perfectly. There's no fat to trim.
Yeah.
It's pretty economical with what you see on screen.
Yeah.
And this film does suffer from just being a bit bloated.
Yeah. It does. It needs some refinement. And then I think it could have been an all-timer, as in action car movies. I suppose for me it kind of is, really. But to your layman, if you ask them the top 5 car films, this is probably not going to be in it. But I do think it's kind of underrated. I think people unfairly judge this movie, perhaps because it is based on a video game, and certainly in 2014 when this came out, there hadn't been a good one. Arguably, there are some okay ones now, but there are not many good ones. So I think it sort of gets unfairly judged by that, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I just think it's kind of underrated, and I wish more people could appreciate it for what it is. But then I suppose it's a taste thing. If you're just not into action films or cargo fast movies, then it's just not your thing, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I can understand that if that isn't your thing, you're going to hate it, because you're just going to go, well, the script is not good, the story doesn't make any sense, it's completely absurd.
Rami Malek's there.
Rami Malek's naked and sexually assaulting people. I hate this.
Yeah.
So I sort of get that perspective. Yeah. But if you've got any interest in action movies or car movies, I think you'll like it. I think it's I think it does what it needs to do.
Agreed.
I think I'll carry on watching this, and I won't feel bad about it. And now you can join me.
Should you?
Now you can join me too.
What I was about to say, I don't know how much of a rush I'll be in to watch it a second time, but yeah, I was quietly surprised.
Oh, good.
Pleasantly so.
Good. I've got one final question for you before we wrap up.
Oh no!
I thought I don't know where this came from, but you know, a little while ago, I think it's our end of year shows. We give away an award, Jason Statham King of Turds Award.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that here.
Okay.
Who do you think should get the Jason Statham King of Turds Award in Need for Speed? It could be an actor, it could be anyone to do with the film, whatever.
Is there a right or a wrong answer?
No.
Rami Malek. I just don't like him.
Rami Malek or the character Finn?
I guess the character, for argument's sake, because Rami Malek's probably a lovely bloke, and I'm starting to feel mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's say Finn. What about you?
I would also say Finn. I would also say the guy that chained up his dog to that truck.
Yes.
Let's give him.
I didn't know that was an option.
I said anyone to do with
right. Well, okay.
Anyone you like.
All right.
Maybe we'll do this next time. We'll see. We'll see if we can keep this going.
Okay.
Speaking of our next movie,
what are we ending on?
I wonder if you're going to be able to find anyone that should be worthy of the King of Turds Award in Mortal Kombat 1995.
I think I can come up with a few names. Yeah.
I reckon you're going to have to narrow it down to your last 10.
I can give you a top 5.
Yeah. Our second Paul W.S. Anderson movie, bookended. Started with one, finishing with one. That's what bookending means. And that's what we're here to do this season.
Cool.